Hello and welcome back everyone. In this video we are going to discuss about HTML media. HTML media plays an important role, especially when we are going to make our web pages more attractive and presentable. Suppose you are going to design an e-commerce store. Definitely in that e-commerce store you are going to display product images, you are going to show product demo videos, and even you are going to add music to it. In order to display images, in order to add videos and sound effect in our web pages, we can use something called HTML media. HTML media on the web pages is images, sounds, videos and animation. That means if you want to show an image, if you want to add a sound, or you want to display a video in your web pages, you can use HTML media. Media element can be included in different format. If you want to add a sound or if you want to add a music player in your application, then you are going to use audio element. If you want to display an image, then you will be using image element. If you want to display a video, then you will be using video element. So media elements can be included in different format. It can be audio file, it can be image, or even it can be a video file. So first of all, we are going to start our journey with the most important media tag named as image. One thing is very sure, whenever you are going to design a full-fledged web application project, you will be using image tag for sure. Because whether you will be designing an e-commerce store or you will be designing your personal portfolio, we are going to use this image tag. So if you want to display images in your web page, you can use image tag. So images can be added to the web page by using image tag. Images are linked to the web pages and not inserted in the web pages. So don't think that you are going to insert an image in your web page. Here what you will be doing, you are going to link images to your web pages. In HTML, where we are going to use this image tag can be included in the body of the HTML document. That means you are going to use this image tag in the body tag of HTML. And how you are going to write the code for HTML image element? Here you will be using image tag, then you will be using an attribute named as src and alternative attribute. So this is the way of writing or of using image tag in HTML. Now guys, in image tag, src and alternative text plays the most important role. That means src is one of the most important attribute of image tag. In src, you are going to display or you are going to mention the image URL. Let's take an example. Suppose in your computer you have E drive. In that E drive you have a folder named as images, and in that folder you are having some set of images. Let's say 1.jpg, 2.png or mypic.png. If you want to display that image, so this URL eDrive images 1.png, this URL or this path we are going to mention in src attribute. So src is one of the most important attribute of image tag. Suppose you are designing an e-commerce store, and in that e-commerce store you are displaying multiple product images. But some product images are failed to load. There can be multiple reasons behind it. Let's say the path which you are using does not exist anymore. You are facing some slow internet connection. So there can be multiple reasons behind of behind not displaying the image in your web page. So at that time, this alternative text plays an important role. Okay, so if your image fails to load, then alternative text will be displayed to the user. So guys, always remember, in HTML, we are going to use image tag. Now, here, I would like to discuss important image attributes, and then I'll practically show you how you can use image tag. So the most important attribute of image tag is src, where you are going to specify the path of the image that need to be displayed or linked to the web page. Suppose you are using an image from Google. So, and that image is being hosted on some server, let's say www.myimage.com/3.png. So guys, that URL you need to specify in SRC attribute. If you are going to display images from your local files, let's say you have some images in your E drive, you have some images in your Visual Studio Code project file, so that location you are going to specify using SRC attribute. Then we have alt, which stands for alternate attribute. If your image, or in case of issues in viewing the image, let's say you are having very slow internet connection, the link or the path which you are using does not exist anymore. So at that point of time, alternative text will appear to the user. For that, we are going to use this ALT attribute of image tag. Then we have two more attributes of image tag named as width and height. These are optional. If you want to manage, or if you want to make your image to be appear larger or to be appear smaller, you can use these attribute width and height. So width and height attribute are used to define the width and height of the image in pixels. So that means using width and height attribute, you can control the size and the look and feel of your image. So this is going to be the syntax which we are going to use. In SRC attribute, you are going to specify the path of your image. In alternative, you are going to display the alternative text. Now, what kind of images we can display using this image attribute or image SRC attribute? So these are the file extensions which we can display in our web pages using HTML image tag. So you can display PNG, which stands for Portable Network Graphics. You can display .jpg or .jpeg files, which stands for Joint Photographic Export Group Image. Most of the images you will be using in .png extension or in .jpg extension. Means most of the images we are going to have either in .png extension or in .jpg extension. But in image tag we can display SVG images as well, which stands for Scalable Vector Graphics. We can add GIF images as well, which stands for Graphics Interchange Format, and even you can display .apng, which stands for Animated Portable Network Graphics. So these are the file extensions which is supported by your HTML image tag. So you can display PNG image, JPG image, SVG, GIF, .apng, and multiple extensions are also allowed. So now guys, practically I would like to show you that how we can play with this image tag. Okay, so here we are going to understand each and every attribute of image tag very carefully, and I'll show you that how we can use image tag in our HTML file. So guys, for practical part, I have created this file named as images.html. The title will be HTML media and our first demo is images. So here, I'll show you that how we can use image tag. So for displaying image in your web page, you are using image, and this is the most important attribute of your image tag named as SRC. Here, we need to specify the location, or you can say the path of our image. Now guys, this path can be anywhere. It can be your E drive, you can put images in the same folder, or even you can specify URL over there. Let's take an example that we are displaying image using Google Images. So at that point of time, we can display image URL, or we can specify that image URL in SRC attribute. Let's take the first example. In my Visual Studio Code, okay, I'm using this folder named as VS Files, and now guys, in this folder I'm having this image smiley.jpg. So guys, here what you can do is you can copy any image from your computer and just paste that image in your Visual Studio Code file folder. Okay, for demo purposes, I'm using this smiley, and as of now, this image exists in my VS files. Okay, so in SRC, I'm going to write my image name. So the name of my image is smiley.jpg. Okay, so you can see this is the name of my image, smiley, and you need to specify the name of your image along with extension. So guys, writing the extension is must. Then here I'm going to close this image tag. Okay, I'm going to close this image tag. Okay, so this is how I'm going to close my image tag. Okay, sorry for that, I need to check something. Okay, it's closing the body tag accidentally, so what I'll do is I'll just remove this, and here I'm going to write closing image tag. So this is going to be the syntax of using images in HTML files. Okay, so all you need to do is just use this image element, specify the source or the path of your image, and then close this tag. There is one more way of writing the syntax. You can close it like this as well, like this. Okay, so either you can close your image tag or you can write HTML code like this. So here I'm going to save this file, and let me show you the output in my default browser. So this is how your image looks. Okay, as of now guys, you can see that this image is very large. Okay, so here you can use an attribute named as width and height. Okay, so let me show you how you can adjust the width and height. So here I'm going to write width as 200, and I'm going to use this attribute height as 200. Now let's save this file, and if I refresh the web page, you can see that the height and width of image is being adjusted. Now guys, we have one more important attribute, and the name of that attribute is alternative. Okay, I'm going to change the name of my image. Okay, let's say here I'm going to change the name of my image. Now guys, you can see that there is no such image exist with the name of smiley123.jpg. So what will happen? So guys, if I now refresh this page, here you can see that we all going to have this broken image icon. Always remember, if your image is getting failed to load, you are going to have this broken image icon. Now there can be multiple reasons behind it. Let's say the link or the path which you are using is not a valid one. You are having slow internet connection. So there can be multiple reasons. So here comes ALT into the picture. Here what you can do is you can specify an alternative text. So let's say here you can write any text, let's say my image, and what will happen? When your image fails to load, this alternative text appear. So let me refresh the page, and as you can see that this alternative text will appear. So it is recommended whenever you are going to use image tag, use SRC attribute, which is the most important attribute, and you have to use this ALT as well. Means you have to specify alternative text. Now one more attribute we can use, and the name of that attribute is title, and here you can give any title to your image. So let's say here I am going to write smiley. Now what is the benefit of using this title attribute? Let me save this file. I'll refresh my page. Okay, first of all I am going to make this a valid image, smiley.jpg. I'll refresh the page, and now what will happen, the moment when you hover your mouse, this title will be up here. Okay, the moment when you are going to hover your mouse, this title will appear. So guys, remember what we have written in the title? We have written this as smiley. So now you can see that the moment when you hover your mouse, you will be going to have this smiley. Okay, so this is how guys you are going to use image tag. And don't think here you need to specify a path like this. Let's take an example. Okay, here I'm going to show you some more examples. Let's say here I'll press enter. Suppose I have some set of images and those images exist in my E drive. Let's take an example. Suppose I have this folder. In my E drive, I have a folder named as my images, and in that my images, I have this pic, my pic. Okay, I have this image, my pic.jpg, and I need to display this image. So all you need to do is just copy this link, okay, copy this location, and now you can use this image src, and you can specify this path, and as here you need to specify the name of your image along with extension. Okay, always remember, if you are displaying an image from E drive, from D drive, this is the link which you need to follow. Let's save this, and if I refresh the page, you can see that we are getting this image. Okay, so this is how you can display your local computer file. One more demo I would like to show you. Suppose guys, you want to display an image directly from the Google. Okay, let's say here in Google I'm using these smiley image, and suppose I need to display this image in my web page. So what you can do is directly you can copy this image address. Okay, you can copy this image address, search any image on Google, then just right click on that image and copy its image address, and then here you can use image src, and you can paste that link over there. Okay, in src you can paste this link. Let me click on save, and if I refresh the page, you can see we are going to have that image as well. So this is how guys you can use image tag in HTML. Okay, so you can pause this video over here and please implement this practically. Try to insert some more images, try to insert your own images, try to insert images with .png, download GIF images from Google, and then try to use GIF images as well. Explore more about image tag. So guys, next in HTML media we have audio. Suppose you want to display audio in your web pages. Let's say you are creating a web page for a music kind of an application, or you're designing a music kind of an application and you want to display some audio files. For that, you can use audio element. So audio element is used to include and play audio files in the HTML. Let's take an example that you are designing a music kind of an application or a music kind of a web page. For that, you can use this audio element. So the source element allows you to specify the audio link. First of all, for audio, you are going to use audio element. Then in this audio, we have source tag, and using this source tag or using this source element, you can specify the audio link. Let's say which file you are going to play. So let me show you the syntax of it. So this is how you are going to write the audio HTML code. Okay, I'll show you the code first and then we'll explain you each and every attribute. So this is how guys you are going to write an HTML code for audio. You will be using audio. Then in audio, you are going to use source element. And guys, here you can specify the location of your audio file. I hope the syntax has been clear. Now let's understand each and every concept one by one. So source element allow you to specify the audio link if you want to display multiple source. Okay, so multiple source elements can be included under a single audio element where the browser will choose the first recognized format. Play, pause and volume can be controlled by using the control attribute of the audio element. So guys, in audio, we have one of the most important attribute, and the name of that attribute is controls. Now what this control attribute will do, it will going to give you play, pause button for your audio files. Okay, if you are going to use this controls in audio tag, it will provide you play and a pause button. Practically, I'll show it to you. Now, the text in between the audio and the closing audio element will be displayed when the browser does not support the included audio source. So guys, sometimes your browser won't be able to play an audio file. So here, this is how you are going to write the code. First of all, the text between the starting audio and between the closing audio tag will be displayed if our browser does not support the audio element. So this is the syntax of using an HTML audio element. Okay, and practically I'll show you that how we can use this audio element. So guys, first of all, what this autoplay, what this control attribute will do, it will going to give you play and pause button. Okay, you can handle your music volume, and even you will be going to have this three dot. Using this three dot, you can download the MP3 file. Suppose you're designing a music application for your user, and if your user want to download that audio file, he or she can click on these three dot button. So who or which attribute will going to provide these controls attribute will do it for you. And what kind of formats is supported in HTML audio? So you can play an MP3 file, you can play an OGG file, which stands for OGGing, and even you can play a WAV file, which stands for waveform audio file format. So let me show you that how we can play with this audio media element. So guys, for a practical demo, I have created this HTML file named as audio.html. The title will be HTML media audio. First of all, where you are going to use this audio element in the body tag of your HTML. It's quite easy to use audio. Here you are going to write audio. Then you are going to use this attribute named as controls. This control will provide you play and pause button. Okay, and guys, here in this source element we can use this attribute src, and here you can display the location of your music file. So guys, you can take any music file from your computer, whether it will be .wav format, mp3 format. You can take any format. I'll show it to you. Let's take an example. For this demo purposes, I will be using this test.mp3 file. So first of all, you need to copy this test.mp3 file in your parent folder. So here is my Visual Studio Code files. So guys, I'm going to paste this mp3 file over there. Or if you want to display an mp3 file from E drive, C drive, D drive, then you can use the address. Okay, I'm going to paste this mp3 file in my parent folder. And now if I show you, here you can see we got our test.mp3 file. Okay, so let me rename it. So this is going to be the file test.mp3. So guys, how you can use this? All you need to do is just specify test.mp3, save it, and now I would like to show you its output in default browser. So guys, you can see that we are going to have this audio file over there, and HTML control attribute will provide you play pause button. You can manage the volume, or even you can download, or you can manage the playback speed. So if I click over there, audio will start playing. Now there is one more important thing which you need to take care of. Here guys, you can mention one text. Okay, and in this text you can write that, let's say your browser, if your browser unable to play an audio file, so we can write this message, your browser unable to play this audio file. Suppose someone is using some old browser, or they have some settings in which, or using those settings they can't play the music. So guys, this message will be displayed to the user if their browser unable to run audio files. So any piece of code you can write in over there. So here I am writing, let's say your browser unable to play this audio file. So let me click on save. Here I am going to refresh the page. So my browser supports audio files, so I'm not going to have that text. So this is how you are going to display an audio file in your web pages. Okay, and now one more attribute I would like to show, and the name of that attribute is autoplay. Now what this autoplay will do? It will automatically start playing music for you. As of now guys, you can see that I need to click on this button to play the music. But the moment when you are going to write this attribute autoplay, it will start playing audio for you automatically. How? I'll show it to you. So here, this time I'm not going to click over there. The moment when I refresh the page, you can see that my audio will start playing. Okay, so guys, this autoplay is an option. If you want music to be played automatically, then what you can do is here you can use this attribute autoplay. Okay, but always remember this control is an important attribute. Now what happens if we are not going to use this control? Okay, so here I'm going to save this file, and if I refresh it, you can see nothing will come out. Okay, so guys, for audio, this controls is the most important attribute. However, autoplay is optional. If you want a music to be get played automatically, you can use this attribute autoplay, else you can write your HTML audio file code like this. Okay, so let me save. If I refresh the page, we are going to have HTML controls, play, pause button, volume, and if you click over there, audio file will start playing. So guys, here you can try playing some different format. You can download .wav, you can play with an autoplay. If autoplay is not working, then you can use some different browsers. Try using Internet Explorer, Firefox if your autoplay attribute is not working. So guys, the next media element which we are now going to understand is HTML video. If you want to display a video file in your web pages, you can use video element. So video element is used to include and play video files in the HTML. The source element allow you to specify the video link. Suppose if you want to play an MP4 file exists in your C drive or D drive, so you can specify that location using source element. Multiple source element guys, same, can be included under a single video element where the browser will choose the first recognized format. Play, pause and volume can be controlled by using the controls attribute of the video element. So if you want to have play pause button, again you can use this attribute named as control. So the text between the video and the closing video element will be displayed when the browser does not support the included audio or video source. So guys, you can say that it is similar like your audio. Okay, so how you can display a video in your HTML page? For that you can use this tag named as video. So this is how you are going to write a code, and what this piece of code will do, it will display a video in your web pages. Now video sometimes plays an important role. Suppose you want to give company introduction or you want to display product demo videos. So at that point of time you can use this element named as video. And how you can use it, I'll show it to you. So let's have a practical example of using video element. So guys, for a practical part, I have created this video.html file. First of all, what you need to do is you need to download, or if you're having any MP4 or any .mpg or any video format in your computer, then what you need to do is you can copy that video file. So you can copy that video file from here, and guys, in front of you I'm going to paste it in my parents directory. So here, for practical demo guys, I will be using this video. The name of this video is Intro to NLTK, and the type of this file is .mp4. So if you're having any video file in your computer, you can copy and you can paste it over there, or if you are not having any video file, what you can do is you can download it from Google. Okay, so guys, here you can see that I am going to use this file intro to nltk.mp4. How we can play this video or how we can display this video? For that, we are going to use this video element. Here, in this video element, you are going to use attributes like width. So let's say width will be 320. Let's say height will be 240. So guys, this width and height you can adjust as per your requirement. Then here I will be going to use controls to have play and pause button. Okay, and here you are going to use this element named as source. Okay, in SRC you can specify the location of your mp4 file. So this is my location. Okay, and here one more attribute we need to use, and that attribute you need to tell which video format you are using. Are you using .mpeg or mp4 mkv? So that format you need to specify over there. So guys, I will be using this mp4. So my type will be video/mp4, and here we can write some text. Let's say your browser unable to play video. Okay, so if your browser does not support this video element, then we are going to display this message that your browser unable to play video. So this is how you are going to display videos in your web pages. Let's save this file. Okay, and I'll show it to you in default browser. So the name of this file is video.html. Okay, and guys, here you can see that the video will be displayed. So you can adjust the width and height accordingly. Okay, and these controls will going to give you these options. Okay, where you can play and pause the video, you can manage the volume, and here you can click on it to have the full screen. Okay, so let me click over there. So now guys, and this video will start playing. So guys, always remember, if you want to display video in your HTML file, which element you will be using? You will be using video element. You can specify width and height as per your requirement. If you're not gonna use these controls, what will happen? Let's say save it. If I refresh the page, you will not going to have that play and pause button. So guys, it is important to have this control named as, or to have this attribute named as controls. Then in source, you can specify the location of your mp4. If you are using something from your D drive, then you can write D drive and the name of your file, and the type will be video mp4. So please check the type. If you are using, let's say, mkv, so here type will be video/mkv. And if your browser does not support this video element, this message will be displayed to you. So this is how we can display videos in our HTML web pages. So guys, after video, now we are going to understand HTML iframes. Now iframe is also an media element, and we can use this iframe in order to display a web page within a web page. So HTML iframes are used to display a web page within a web page. Suppose you are designing one web page, and in that web page you need to showcase that these are the website which is designed by you. So you can display those web pages using this tag named as iframe. So HTML iframes are used to display a web page within a web page. The most important usage of iframe is to display YouTube videos on your web page. Suppose you are going to design your own personal portfolio, and in that personal portfolio you need to highlight or you need to display some YouTube videos which you have posted on your YouTube channel. At that point of time, you can use this media element iframes. So iframe is an inline level tag. YouTube videos can be played inside a web page by using iframe tag, and this is going to be the syntax of using iframe. Now the best part of iframe is you don't need to write this code. Practically, I'll show you. YouTube automatically provides you suggestion of using this iframe media element. So options like autoplay, mute, loop and controls can be added along with the YouTube link for additional features. Autoplay of a YouTube video is not allowed, so that means your YouTube video will not start automatically. However, it is allowed when you are going to mute that YouTube video, and for that you need to write this piece of code. You will be using iframe, you will be using src, and in src you are going to write question mark auto play is equal to 1 and mute is equal to 1. 1 stands for the boolean value that you have muted your video and now autoplay is allowed. So this is how we can use an iframe attribute. So guys, iframe is an important HTML element which will help you to display YouTube videos in your web pages. Okay, the most important usage of iframe is to display YouTube videos in your web pages. I'll show you how this iframe exactly works. So I'm going to copy the same piece of code from here. Okay, I'll just copy the same piece of code. Here I have created one HTML file named as iframe.html. Okay, here I'll change the title HTML iframes. And if I copy this piece of code, so what this piece of code will do, it will display a YouTube video. I'll show it to you. It will display a YouTube video, and you can see that this YouTube video will start playing automatically. Okay, first of all, why this YouTube video started getting played automatically? Because here we have set this property mute is equal to 1. So if you want your YouTube video to be played automatically, then you can use autoplay is equal to 1 and mute is equal to 1. Okay, and I have already told you that the best part of iframe is we don't need to write this piece of code. How? I'll show it to you. So guys, YouTube. You can grab any YouTube video. Okay, let's take an example. I want to display this YouTube video in my web page. So here, just right click on that video and you can use this option copy embed code. Okay, if you want to display any YouTube video in your HTML page, open that video, right click on it and select this option copy embed code. So if I click over there, copy embed code, it will provide you this piece of code automatically. Means automatically iframe code will be provided to you. And what's the benefit of it? Let's save this file, and if I now refresh this file, you are going to have that video running in your HTML web page. So very easily you can manage the height and width. Okay, you just need to play with these attributes and you can change the width and height. Additional piece of code will be provided to you, title, frame border. Okay, and these properties is being allowed to you, autoplay, clipboard write, encrypted media. So this is the up-to-dated code. If you want to have full screen feature, then you can specify this attribute allow full screen. So what this allow full screen will do, it will provide this option of full screen. Okay, so guys, iframe is also a media element, and using iframe, what you can do, you can display HTML, you can display YouTube videos in your HTML pages. So guys, that's it for this video. Now you can pause it here and you can go to the YouTube and you can create a library. Okay, and in that library, try to play some multiple videos using iframe. So in this video guys, we discussed about images, we discussed about iframes, we discussed about audios, and we discussed about videos. So guys, media element plays an important role, especially when you want to design your web pages more attractive and presentable. Okay, if you want to display images, if you want to display audio and videos very easily, you can use this HTML media elements.